Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is officially the first subscriber video I have ever done on this channel. I plan on doing a lot more, but it all depends on you. And I really want to make the subscriber videos focused on answering your guys' questions, Q&As, or drop the questions in the comments. I'll make dedicated videos to them. The best fall baits, winter baits, spring, summer, favorite ways to fish grass, humps, ledges, ponds, big lakes. I'll break down everything for you in the subscriber based videos and want to give you guys really some more depth advice and honestly some of the areas I fish, I don't want to burn my fishing spots. If you're a paying subscriber, I don't mind you watching the videos, getting some helpful information, and I'm probably going to be fishing some more public areas on the subscriber channel. So if you're seeing this, I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get into the video. And yeah, hopefully this can become a thing and we can make this a new part of the channel. So let's get back into the video. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I just wanted to give you guys a few fall to winter transition tips. And out here fishing right now. I got a couple in the live well, catching some halfway decent fish today. Just gonna get a photo at the end of the day, but we're out here on the lake. I know I haven't done a boat video for you guys in a while. I've been doing a lot of kayak fishing. It's getting that time of year where I do a lot more boat fishing. I do a lot of kayak fishing in the summertime when the rivers are a little bit better. But we're out here on the boat, gonna give you guys some fall fishing tips. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you click that subscribe button. And the first big thing is bass. I almost compare them to like a bear or something. Like they're ready to go into hibernation mode. They're ready for that cold water. They're gonna fatten up. They're already gonna have eggs this time of year in the fall. So they're gonna be a little bit chunkier. They're gonna start running shad and bait fish and really putting on some winter fat to really prep themselves, because bass are cold-blooded. That means their blood temperature is the same temperature as the water. They're not warm-blooded like us. But that means they adapt pretty well to cold water. My favorite time to actually fish for bass is when the water's really cold. Especially like in the 55 degree water temperature range, it gets really, really good. So the first thing I really stress on is I really like moving baits, and I really like shad style presentations. This could be a drop shot with a fluke, with a mock schooler on it. This could be a chatterbait, this could be a spinner bait, a jerk bait, an Alabama rig. Any type of shad style moving bait is really my go-to. Obviously with a spinner bait, I'd like a double willow leaf instead of the double Colorado. Double Colorados are a lot better in the spring, especially during the bluegill spawn. That shape of the blades are a lot more of a bluegill imitation. And yeah, I'm probably going to be using a drop shot with a little mock schooler on it, which is basically just a little downsized fluke. Probably going to be throwing an Alabama rig a little bit today. I know I get hate for using that bait, but hey, when it's the only thing they'll bite. If they were biting bread, I'd throw bread. If they were biting a crappie jig, I'd throw a crappie jig. Whatever these fish want to bite, that's what I'm throwing. I don't really understand people that have biases towards baits, when ultimately the goal is to catch fish when you're out here on the water. So let's go ahead and get you guys into a little bit of A-rig drop shot fishing, then we'll come back in. I'll give you a couple more tips. So I am going to be doing a little bit of cheating today. I got the drop shot, and most especially I got the A-rig. Bass really start biting the A-rig in the late fall and the winter months. I know I get a lot of hate on this thing for using it, but what I'm doing is I'm searching for bait balls of shad, like right here, and there's bass schooling in these bait balls. So really all you have to do is just reel right over them. There's some schools of some big fish out here. Let me turn you guys just a hair. There's some big fish way on out there. I'm sure I could also get them on a crank or a jerk bait or something. The only bad thing about this is they hear that splash, and sometimes you can spook them off to an extent. He's following it. Oh man, he swiped at it. That was a good one. That was a good one. It pulled my big 5.5 inch swim bait tail down. Usually the way I like to run it is I'll either put a bunch of 3.8s on the side and then put like a 4.7 on the back, or right now I got like 4.6s or 4.7s on the side and like a 6-incher on the trailer. And normally if it's a big bass, 9 times out of 10, they'll go for the big chunky monkey on the back. Got us a little bit. That's a good largemouth. Good largemouth. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Boom. That is not a bad start to the day. I got a little case of the line twist, but not a bad one. Let's get him on the board for my tournament. Boom, he was down there and all that stuff. 18.5. It's not terrible. Another good one. Halfway decent. A spotted bass, spotted bass. Spotted bass. Oh, it come off right there. That was a good one too. Gosh. They had a daggum feeding frenzy over that one. I don't know what happened. They were chasing bait balls and this and that, and they kind of disappeared. I may go out to super deep and look for spotted bass. Man, he's on it. Just turned around like that. Let's put some, my dad calls this stuff go-go juice. Put some thump gel on there. Maybe it'll incentivize a bite. Got him. Got him. On the A-rig. On the A-rig. Not a real big one, but I knew they were bass. I'm just glad I caught some of them. Not a big one. Ow. Ow. Is it A-rig season, boys? Is it A-rig season? That was a terrible cast. There's a big fish running these shad balls. I've been going after this one specific one. There's a few bigs out here, but I'm gonna throw in on this group of fish. I think they're just big crappie, but if I catch a 3-pound crappie, that's a win too. There he is. That's not a bad fish. That's not a bad fish. Ooh, buddy. Chunky monkey. Chunky monkey. Not a bad fish. There was like 5 of them down there, at least that size. All right, so another tip for you guys is these fish are gonna be moving towards points a lot more, especially in the fall. They're going to be a lot more congregated. These fish are basically going into ambush mode. They like to school up together and ambush bait fish in a school. So a lot of times when you find one, you'll find more. My favorite places are points, drop-offs, ledges, humps, things like that in the fall. And we just fished a little hump. That's where I got a majority of my fish today. But we're actually going to be heading out to some deep water. It's about 45 foot. I'm going to see if I can get a spotted bass, schooling on some bait balls of shad. Every single fish I've caught today has been behind a giant ball of shad, at least this big. But fall time, it can be tough. Didn't know the transition of the water turns over. A lot of that oxygenated water is a little bit kind of in the middle, and then a lot of the unoxygenated boiling water's on the top, and then there's no oxygen all the way on the bottom. And this time of year, as water temperatures start to change, that water flips. It's called the fall turnover. Fishing can be a little tough, but if you time it just right, you can catch fish. You'll know the fall turnover has officially happened when you start seeing a lot of murkier style water. Like this water I'm in right now is pretty clear, but whenever that turnover really happens, the water will turn really dingy, and that's just all that water flipping. The oxygen levels are going to be messed up. A lot of fish die in the fall. It's just a crazy time of year, but when you get into that winter bite, it gets crazy good. So without any further ado, we're going to zip on over here to this spot. I'll see you guys over there in a second. Alrighty, we are back over here in the Bassmaster Studios. I appreciate if you stuck around to the end of the video. I made this a subscriber video because I was fishing kind of a public area and it's a very recognizable spot, and I didn't really want to burn my location on the main channel and make a public video, so figured I'd make it a subscriber only. So hopefully you enjoyed that video. Maybe you learned something. If you enjoyed it, let me know in the comments down below. If you want your own special video made, like I said at the beginning, whatever you want, I'm opening it up for you guys, and I want to make videos for you who are paying a little bit extra to be a Bassmaster member. So thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.